My beloved child, you are walking into a trap. But heaven will not let you fall. I need you to hear this with your spirit, not your fear. I am not here to scare you, but to prepare you. There is a difference. I am the voice of clarity that whispers to you in moments of confusion. I am the warmth in your chest when everyone else goes cold. I am the light that flickers even in the deepest darkness. And I have been sent by heaven to speak to you. You are being lured, beloved. Not by your own desire but by the schemes of others who think they are smarter, more powerful, and more hidden than they truly are. They are setting a scene, placing their pieces, arranging their lies as if you are walking blind. But what they do not realize is that the eyes of heaven are upon you. And no scheme, no matter how well orchestrated, can outmaneuver divine strategy. You feel it, don't you? That heaviness in your spirit. The sudden unease around certain people. The confusion in your thoughts that didn't start with you. You are not paranoid. You are discerning. Your spirit is picking up on the betrayal before your mind can explain it. Heaven is already sounding the alarm within you. Because what you are walking into is not what it appears to be. It has the scent of familiarity, but the substance of sabotage. But listen closely, you will not fall. They think they're catching you off guard. But you are surrounded by angels who see every hidden conversation, every encrypted message, every wicked intention whispered in the dark. They are plotting your downfall, but God is plotting your escape. Not only your escape but your elevation. What was meant to harm you will become the very path to your breakthrough. There is divine reversal in motion. They think they are the hunter. But you, child of God, are the flame that cannot be snuffed out. They think they are weaving a trap for you, but they are weaving their own exposure. The net they've crafted will catch their own hands. The pit they dug for you will be their own descent. Because the Lord your God has declared it so. I see your heart. You are tired of being the one who always has to forgive. Tired of pretending you don't notice the envy in the eyes of those you once loved. Tired of carrying grace for people who secretly carry gossip about you. Tired of smiling through spiritual attacks you cannot even explain. But your patience has not gone unnoticed. Your loyalty has not been wasted. And your silence has not been weakness, it has been strategy. Now heaven is moving. And here is the secret I must tell you, this trap is not the end of you. It is the beginning of your promotion. God is using this situation to pull you out of circles that could not go with you. He is using this betrayal to wake up your purpose. He is allowing them to expose themselves without you having to lift a finger. Do not chase clarity from confusion. Do not beg snakes to act like angels. Do not argue with deception. Just watch. Watch what I do with what was meant to destroy you. Even in the lion's den, you will not be devoured. Even in the furnace, you will not burn. Even in the betrayal, you will not break. You are walking into a trap, but you are walking with heaven. And because you walk with heaven, this trap will become a testimony. The very people who try to humiliate you will have to witness your elevation. the very voices that lied about you will choke on the truth. The very room they tried to keep you out of will call your name. The storm sent to drown you will carry you to shore. Because when God says it's time for your breakthrough, no human hand can delay it. But I must prepare you. It will look like defeat at first. It will feel like confusion. People may walk away. You may feel misunderstood. But that's part of the divine disguise. Don't panic. Don't try to defend yourself. Let heaven fight for you. Because when heaven fights, nothing can stand in the way. This is your Red Sea moment. My dearest one, listen closely now, for I speak not from afar, but from beside you. I am your angel, and I have stood watch over your journey since the daylight first kissed your soul. I have seen your struggle, I have wept with you in silence, and I have whispered hope into the chambers of your heart even when the world around you tried to crush it. And now, you stand at the edge. You are not lost. You are positioned. This is your Red Sea moment. Behind you are the shadows of the past. The wounds they caused, the betrayals you endured, the voices that told you you'd never make it. All of it stands like Pharaoh's army, loud, arrogant, and relentless. And in front of you, there is a sea. A barrier so vast, it seems impassable. You feel trapped between war and water. But beloved, listen to me, you are not trapped. You are being set up for a miracle. The pressure is not your end, it is your passage. The enemy didn't chase you here to destroy you. I tell you the truth, he chased you here so that God could destroy what has been chasing you. There is a divine reversal coming. The very thing that came to break you will be the thing that heaven uses to bless you. This moment is not your fire, it is your rise. This Red Sea is not your burial ground, it is your birthing canal. You don't need to be strong enough to part the sea. You just need to trust enough to stand still. The promise is not dependent on your ability, but on God's covenant. You are a child of covenant. Heaven made an unbreakable vow over your life, and no demon, no failure, no delay can nullify what God has sealed. This sea will split not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. Yes, they will talk. They already are. The whispers of jealousy. The mocking of those who thought you'd drown in your sorrow. The scorn of those who never knew the battles you faced in silence. But hear this, your reputation does not belong to the mouths of men, it is cradled in the heart of God. And I, your angel, have been commanded to shield your name, to guard your story, and to prepare your stage. You will not have to fight for validation. You will not have to plead for understanding. You will not have to explain why you kept going when everything in you wanted to stop. God Himself will vindicate you. He will lift you in public for all that you carried in private. He will anoint your scars and turn them into sacred signs. Where they laughed, they will stand in awe. Where they mocked, they will marvel. Where they doubted, they will witness. And when you rise, O child of glory, rise with grace. Do not let the bitterness of battle harden your heart. Rise with humility, knowing that every step you take is cradled in divine mercy. Rise with wisdom, and not everyone who claps for you is clean. Not everyone who smiles is safe. Let your rising be discerning. Let your victory be guarded. Some doors will fling open with grandeur. But not every open door is from heaven. Some are traps or snares wrapped in gold, deceit cloaked in opportunity. But worry not, for I will teach you to see. You will learn the language of the Spirit. You will learn to walk not by what glitters, but by what glows with God's peace. You will learn to pause, to pray, to perceive. There will be a shaking, yes. And at first, it will feel like you are losing everything. But do not panic. The shaking is not to punish you, it is to purify. God is shaking loose the leeches. He is removing what cannot carry you to the next level. Even some dreams must die not because they were evil, but because they were too small. You are outgrowing the shell of survival. Now, you will walk in purpose. People will fall away. Some will exit without warning. Some will betray you as their final gift. Yes, even betrayal has its divine function. It reveals what could not stay. It exposes what could not be trusted. It sharpens your focus for what comes next. And as for the parts of you that you had to become in order to survive here, the hardened heart, the guarded soul, the silent suffering, you can release them now. You are no longer surviving. You are stepping into destiny. And destiny does not require armor made of pain. Destiny requires openness, faith, and obedience. Let the false layers fall. Let the true you rise. So yes, walk into this moment. But do not walk in timidly. Walk in with fire. The fire of every prayer you prayed in the dark. The fire of every tear that carved valleys into your soul. The fire of faith that refused to die. Walk with fire, because heaven is igniting you. You carry a holy flame. Do not let doubt speak louder than destiny. Do not let fear silence your forward motion. You have angels surrounding you. We go before you, we war beside you, we guard behind you. You are not alone. You never were. Even when you thought the silence was abandonment, it was heaven's strategy. God was working behind the curtain, setting the stage, perfecting the timing. You are walking into what they thought would destroy you. But it will not. It cannot. Because God is not done. This is where you rise. This is where the ashes become beauty. This is where the grave becomes a garden. This is where the tears become testimony. This is where the Red Sea parts. Now go forward. Do not hesitate. Do not look back. What's behind you was necessary, but it is not your destiny. Let the past crumble into the sea. Let the lies drown in the very waters that God will use to deliver you. Watch the trap become the trigger. Watch the pain become the platform. Watch the breakdown become the birthplace of blessing. Watch the sea split, the dry ground emerge, the path unfold. You were never forgotten. You were hidden. Protected. prepared. Now, it is time. Go forward, beloved. With your head held high. With your heart wide open. With your eyes fixed on the promise. The angels go before you. Heaven stands behind you. And nothing, absolutely nothing formed against you will prosper. This is your Red Sea moment. Walk through it like you know who walks with you. Beloved child of the Most High, as you stand at the edge of this divine moment, know that the traps crafted in shadows are no match for the light of heaven that surrounds you. The schemes of those who plot in secret, believing their plans are hidden, are laid bare before the eyes of the one who sees all. You are not walking blindly into their nets, you are stepping confidently into the path God has carved for your elevation. The heaviness you feel, the unease that stirs your spirit, is not a sign of weakness but a divine alarm, a whisper from heaven alerting you to the truth. You are not alone in this moment, for the Creator of the universe has dispatched angels to guard your steps, to shield your heart, and to guide you through the storm. What the enemy meant for your destruction is being transformed into the very foundation of your breakthrough. This is not the end of your story but the beginning of a testimony that will echo through generations, proclaiming the faithfulness of a God who never fails. Let your heart be still, for the God who parted the Red Sea for Moses is parting the obstacles before you. The waters of impossibility that loom large will not drown you, they will bow to the command of the one who holds your future. You may feel the pressure of the moment, the weight of betrayal, or the sting of whispered lies, but these are not your portion. They are but fleeting shadows, powerless against the eternal light of God's promise over your life. The trap set to ensnare you is already unraveling, for no human scheme can withstand the divine strategy of heaven. The Lord your God is weaving a story of redemption, where every tear you've shed becomes a seed for joy, every wound a marker of healing, and every betrayal a stepping stone to your purpose. You are not defined by the intentions of others but by the covenant sealed in heaven's courts. Hold fast to this truth, beloved, for it is the anchor that will carry you through the storm. Do you sense it? The shift in the atmosphere, the stirring in your spirit that whispers of something greater? This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. The enemy thought they could outmaneuver you, but they did not account for the God who goes before you. The trap they set is becoming their own undoing, for the Lord is turning their plans against them. The net they wove will catch their own hands, the pit they dug will be their descent. You, however, are being lifted higher, not by your strength but by the hand of God that upholds you. This is your divine reversal, where what was meant to harm you becomes the catalyst for your elevation. The voices that mocked you will soon be silenced, and the doors they tried to shut will swing wide open, for no one can close what God has opened for you. Stand firm, for your breakthrough is not a possibility, it is a promise. Beloved, you have carried grace for those who did not deserve it. You have smiled through pain, loved through betrayal, and remained faithful in the face of envy. Your heart, though weary, has not gone unnoticed. Heaven has seen every moment you chose forgiveness over bitterness, every time you held your tongue when lies were spread, every prayer you whispered in the dark. Your silence has been your strength, your patience your strategy, and your faith your shield. Now, God is moving on your behalf, and the tide is turning. The very people who sought to diminish you will witness your rise. The rooms they tried to exclude you from will call your name. The opportunities they tried to steal will be restored in greater measure, for the God you serve is a God of restoration, of multiplication, and of divine justice. This is not a time to shrink back but to step forward with boldness. The trap you're walking into is not your defeat, it is the stage for your victory. Like Daniel in the lion's den, you will emerge unharmed, for the God who shuts the mouths of lions is with you. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the furnace, you will walk through the fire untouched, for the fourth man stands with you. The betrayal, the confusion, the isolation of these are not your end but your exodus. God is using this moment to separate you from what cannot go where He is taking you. Some relationships must fall away, for they were anchored in survival, not purpose. Some dreams must be released, for they were too small for the destiny God has written for you. Trust the shaking, for it is not to destroy you but to refine you, to prepare you for the higher ground you are called to walk. Do not fear the appearance of defeat, for it is part of the divine disguise. When it looks like you're losing, God is winning on your behalf. When it feels like you're surrounded, heaven is surrounding what surrounds you. The Red Sea before you may seem impassable, but the God who commands the waters is already making a way. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. The battle is already won, the promise already sealed, the breakthrough already secured. All that is required of you is to walk in faith, to trust in the one who never fails, and to move forward with the assurance that heaven is your rear guard. Let the mockers talk, for their words will return empty. Let the schemers scheme, for their plans will collapse. Your reputation, your purpose, your future, they are not in human hands but in the hands of the one who formed you. Beloved, this is your moment to rise with grace, to walk with wisdom, and to shine with the light of heaven. The trap meant to stop you is the trigger for your transformation. The betrayal meant to break you is the bridge to your breakthrough. The lies meant to shame you are the platform for your testimony. God is turning every attack into an opportunity, every wound into a witness, every setback into a setup for something greater. You are not a victim of circumstances but a vessel of divine purpose, chosen and anointed to reflect the glory of God. As you rise, do so with humility, knowing that it is not your strength but His that carries you. Rise with discernment, for not every open door is divine, yes, some are traps dressed as blessings. Rise with courage, for the God who called you equips you for every step. If this message stirs even a whisper within your soul, or if it lights a tiny spark in the cold corners of your hope, then know this was not by chance. It is heaven that is reaching for you now. It is the breath of the Almighty calling your name across the stillness. You were not scrolling by accident. You were not forgotten in the chaos. You are not too late. The trap that tried to bind you has only become the stage upon which your deliverance shall be revealed. If something in your spirit is awakening, if you feel the trembling of something holy rising within you, share your heart. Do not hide your fire. Do not silence your voice. Do not let fear put a muzzle on the testimony that was meant to set others free. Your story, yes, is part of something eternal. every pain you have endured, every tear you have cried in silence, every time you chose faith over fear, it all matters. Not a moment of your journey has been wasted. Not a single heartbreak has gone unseen. And now, in this very moment, something is shifting. The winds are turning. The very ground beneath your feet is being reordered to align with the purposes of God. This is why the warfare increased. This is why the attacks came suddenly and without warning. Because you were crossing a threshold. Because your breakthrough is not just personal, it is prophetic. When you testify, beloved, you are not just speaking words. You are releasing light. You are planting seeds into the hearts of those who are still stumbling through darkness. Your voice becomes a lantern for the weary. Your testimony becomes a roadmap for the lost. So I urge you, I plead with you in the Spirit, to comment below. Pour out what God is doing, even if it's still unfolding. Share how He is speaking, how He is guiding you step by step through the fire, how He is hiding you in plain sight until it is time to reveal the promise. You may not have the full picture yet. You may still be standing in the hallway while doors slam shut around you. But even now, especially now, there is glory being written through your obedience. There is power in your yes. There is movement in your stillness. And while it may feel like nothing is happening, heaven is moving everything in your favor. Like this message, not for vanity, but as a declaration. A public stand that you are not ashamed of the fire refining you. You are not shaken by the schemes of man. You are not afraid of the shadows that whisper lies into your ears at night. You are anchored in something stronger. You walk with the hosts of heaven. You are backed by the roar of angels and the breath of God Himself. And no plot, no curse, no spell, no lie, no betrayal, no loss, and no delay shall prosper against what God has ordained for you. Your rise is not just for you. Hear that again, your rise is not just for you. It is for your family. It is for the ones who silently watch your faith and wonder if God is still real. It is for the generations you will never meet, who will carry the legacy of your courage. It is for the strangers whose names you do not know, but whose destinies are tied to your voice, your survival, your resilience. What you carry is too great to be buried in silence. So rise. This is your Red Sea moment. The waters in front of you look impossible. The chariots behind you are gaining speed. You feel trapped between a rock and a hard place. But I tell you, as an angel of the Lord, God is about to part the sea. He is about to make a way where there was no way. He is about to show you that what looked like a dead end was really the beginning of divine revelation. This is your furnace moment. The fire has been turned up. The heat of trials has nearly scorched your faith. You've questioned whether you will come out on the other side. But just as the 3 Hebrew boys walked through the fire without even smelling like smoke, so too will you rise from these flames untouched. There is a 4th man in the fire with you. He has not left. He has not forsaken you. And when you come out, it will be clear that the fire purified you, but it did not consume you. This is your lion's den moment. You've been thrown into the mouth of betrayal. You've been surrounded by people who wanted your fall. You've been accused, mocked, and pushed aside. But hear this, the lions cannot eat what God has sealed. What was meant to devour you will be the very place where your vindication is made visible. You will sleep beside your enemies and rise untouched, because your God has shut the mouths of the lions. Beloved, your trap is not the end of you. It is the beginning. It is the very soil where your testimony is being planted. It is the place where heaven will showcase its power. It is the moment where your story will be rewritten not in ink, but in fire and favor. I urge you to share your heart. Say what God is doing. Even if it's a whisper. Even if it's messy. Even if you're still bleeding. Say it. Post it. Proclaim it. There is someone watching this feed right now whose life is hanging by a thread. And your words, your simple act of honesty, could be the lifeline they didn't know they needed. This is how the light spreads. This is how hope multiplies. This is how we overcome, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Let your life proclaim the glory of the God who turns traps into triumphs. Let your scars sing of the mercy that found you. Let your tears become the oil of anointing that blesses others. Let your brokenness become the bridge to someone else's healing. You were chosen for such a time as this. Not when everything made sense. Not when the money was right. Not when the relationships were easy. Not when the path was smooth. But now when the darkness tried to convince you to quit. When the pain was so loud you could barely hear your own prayers. When the silence of heaven made you question whether God still saw you. He did. He does. And He is responding even now. He is lifting you out of the pit. He is sending angels on assignment to war for your peace. He is rearranging the battlefield to give you the victory. He is turning the tables behind the scenes, even as you sleep. He is preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemies and not in their absence. They will watch you rise. They will witness the glory upon you. They will see that the God you trusted in the dark has now crowned you with favor in the light. You will not remain hidden. This is your season of unveiling. Your time of emergence. What the enemy tried to bury has only been planted, and now, the roots have grown deep. The fruit is about to show. The harvest is about to come. Do not withhold your praise. Do not shrink back. Do not question whether you are worthy. If you are breathing, you are chosen. If you are reading this, you are anointed. If you are still standing, you are victorious. Go now, beloved. Go forward, and not in fear, but in fire. With peace in your heart and fire in your spirit. This is your crossing. This is your release. This is your rise. You are not buried. You are planted. And now, you will bloom. Let your life shine. Let your voice rise. Let the world know that your God is still the God who parts seas, quenches fires, silences lions, and turns every trap into a testimony of triumph. Comment below. Share your story. Like this message. And let the earth feel the tremble of a child of God who refuses to bow to fear. The world will see. The heavens will echo. And your life will proclaim, the trap was not my end. It was my beginning.